Afternoon, folks. Neil Clements here, Principal Consultant with Neil Clements Consulting, Occupational Health and Safety Consultants. Just another follow-up video from the last two that I've done, and the only reason I'm doing these is because I'm actually following this particular risk to employers, that is COVID-19, quite closely, for no other reason than to stay informed, because that's an intelligent thing to do. And if I can provide you with some information that's really simple, really useful, really slight edge of safety actions that employers and employees can take, then I hope that that's useful to you. So just as a follow-up, and some simple things you can do in the workplace right now, not when we have our first case in New Brunswick, but what you can do right now to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19 in your workplace, what employers can do under the General Duties Clause, which is your obligation to ensure a healthy and safe workplace, and what employees can do under their obligations in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. So some simple things you can do as an employer: you can provide your employees the ability to sanitize their workstations regularly. Give them some disinfectant spray, give them some wipes. I'm suggesting spray more strongly because this particular form of coronavirus, I almost did it. This particular form of coronavirus can live on surfaces for up to a week, so it's more practical and useful to spray the surface and just let it sit and dry, because a sanitary wipe may just move the virus from one surface to another. Okay. Create a barrier between you and usual contacts, usual and common surfaces. So as an example, doorknobs, right? You can pull your sleeve down and turn a doorknob, or have a wipe in your hand, or something similar, or a Kleenex or tissue. Just have some sort of barrier between you and common surfaces. So today, when I went to the gym, I cleaned all of the equipment before I used it. I was wearing my workout gloves, washing my hands regularly while at the gym. So create a barrier between your hands, quite frankly, and common surfaces. Simple things, usual things like doorknobs, right? And I almost did it again. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the hardest thing of all of them, but we will get there, I'm certain. Excuse me, as this risk moves forward. This is very tough, and I've already failed twice in this mandate, and that is no handshaking. My mandate is that I'm moving forward. I'm going to just put my hands together like this and say hello to people instead of shaking their hands. And yesterday, after I decided I was going to do that, I went out to an event or a function and shook two hands immediately. And I thought to myself, you're not walking your talk. And then I thought to myself, you're going to let this cultural norm be your downfall? No, I don't think so. Again, this is not me trying to create drama. I'm just paying attention to what's happening in the regular news, NBC, those types of things. Also in the alternative news, and I'm sort of overlaying those two and finding a happy place in between, paying much more attention to the actual scientists that I'm hearing from than the news media. So I think my information, my data is good about the risk that exists, but I mean, you only have to go as far as, Ontario's health ministry here in Canada, anyways, and then any of the other health ministries across the United States, the World Health Organization, and the Canada Health Agency. There's information available that should provide you with enough information to take appropriate actions, and the simple ones that I'm suggesting. So I apologize for my rant. My apologies. Again, really focus on disinfecting surfaces and those common surfaces. Focus on disinfecting your workstation. Find another way, okay? And the obligation is on you, the employer, to put steps, processes in place which include these simple mitigations, evidence of communicating this information to your folks so they're not just left to their own devices to figure out how to create a healthier work situation. It really is your obligation, employer, to do that. So you should be thinking about these actions that you need to take now. And employee, once this information comes out to you from your bosses, your employer, it's your obligation to follow the direction, to take the steps to mitigate the risk that affects you and your colleagues, because safety is everybody's business, but it's not just the employer's obligation to ensure your safety, it's your obligation to take the steps to ensure your health and safety and the health and safety of your colleagues by following these processes and paying attention to these communications that are going to come out to you from your employer. Again, Neil Clements Consulting is more than happy to help you with these types of communications, having been involved in something similar in the past in my career experience. So we really want to help if we can. I just did it. My last thing, stop touching your face. Your hands are the weapon, because we're touching all of these common surfaces, right? And then we give the virus an entry route through our mouth, our nose, our eyes, because our hands are the weapon, quite frankly. So I would need to suggest quite strongly, you have to wash your hands 3 times more than you ever have before. You know, instead of doing it for 20 seconds, do it for 60 seconds. Instead of doing it a couple of times a day before meals, I'm taking advantage of every opportunity to wash my hands. And it might seem a little bit aggressive, but I don't believe so. I'm carrying, Purell or whatever around with me so I can wash my hands after every common surface contact, right? These are things that, as an employer, you are obligated to be thinking about now, so that you can ensure a healthy and safe workplace. Am I making any sense here, folks? Just trying to be real, just trying to give you some simple mitigations to ensure some continuity in your business and to give your folks, your people, a sense of security that you're on top of this, more on top of this than some of the governments of the world, by taking proactive steps. And again, Neil Clements Consulting, Occupational Health and Safety Consultants, we want to help you with that if you're willing and able to take the actions that we advise, okay? Right now, every workplace is only as strong as their weakest link. And that's the employer. The weakest link can be the employer who doesn't take these simple proactive steps and communicate them to their workforce, right? In that case, the employer is the weakest link. And the other side of it, the employee, the weakest link is that person who doesn't take the communication, take up the information, and follow the simple mitigations like washing your hands, focusing aggressively on your nails, soap and water, Purell, cleaning common surfaces, disinfecting your work area, ensuring you're not shaking hands, covering your face when you sneeze. Don't put your own hands on your own face. And I know everybody loves to do it because everybody's like, I'm so pretty. Don't do it, all right? Again, it's just simple advice. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's going to be very difficult for you to do. And I'm laughing because it's been very difficult for me to do. However, just like anything else, you got to train your mind, okay? So employer, it's your job to start talking about this in an aggressive way in your workplace, because it's not like it's going to come. It is coming. And we need to take the actions to ensure that you are in compliance with your general duty under Section 9, General Duty Clause, okay? I can help you with that. Give us a call. Our number's in the page, or direct message me, and I'll help you roll out a communication strategy, an occupational health and safety communication strategy that will, I believe, assist you in communicating this risk to your people outside of the drama that they're seeing on the American news, right? And communicate it in a cogent and efficient manner and provide simple mitigations that your people can actually do. Again, it's the slight edge philosophy of safety, doing simple little things on a daily basis to provide you with success in occupational health and safety. That's what we do. Get you on the slight edge and get you in some manner proactively ahead of what is to come. So give us a call or direct message me. Make it a great day. Choose to take this advice and choose to win as an employer.